Okay. Um, I'm making this video because before buying the DX7, I spent a lot of time researching it and really couldn't find very many people actually making patches on it. Everybody always talks about the presets, which obviously are very important. Um, you know, from a music history perspective, like it's an amazing instrument that had a huge effect on 80s popular music and thereafter. And then the idea of FM synthesis has been um, taken forward by other things, I guess, and progressed. But I thought I would just make a video today about just making a patch. Why not? Why not do that? I don't know what I'm going to make, but I figured that this would be like a different type of video than what I normally do. More, it's a bit of a talking video. There's some things I've wanted to talk about, sort of, like music stuff. And I figured, why not make a patch at the same time? We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. But yeah, see what happens. I think that as well. It would be good for people who are interested in the DX7 who aren't sure if they want to actually get one or not. That's my goal. Anyways, that's my goal. When I started looking for like if I wanted to get a DX7, I actually used this like app. This app that was I can't remember which one. It's based off of the TM8Z, I think it is. I can't remember the exact name, but it's a particular FM app for operator app. It's based off of the same synthesizer program system that's in the Yamaha DX. Is it 11? I've got the V2, which is I think the Japanese version. And that's how I learnt how FM worked, and I was like, "Ooh, that's fun. That's really really fun." And then I sort of after that point, I bit the bullet and got this guy. Luckily, though, it was very cheap. This one's a bit dinged up. I don't know if it shows up in the camera or not, but there's on the sides of it, like the panels are all busted up and everything, but still works great on the inside, which is good. So yeah, so I'm going to make a patch today, I guess. I don't know what sort of patch. Maybe I'll go through some of my other patches that I've got first that I've made. This one's called the Rusty Saw. I hope that this can be read. I hope this is readable. If it isn't, it doesn't matter. I've got a tiny bit of reverb on here. Normally, I put it through my delay and my chorus pedal, but not today. I just thought, keep it simple here, and if I want to put some effects on, I'll do that in post or something. So something I do a lot with all of my patches is the modulation wheel controls not like a triangle or a sine wave LFO, but I use the sample and hold LFO thing that they've got in here instead, and I get that cool like you get almost like a broken-y tape kind of sound from it, and then with heaps of reverb and delay, that sounds really really good, I think. You don't need much. You don't need much. And I've also got my my expression pedal on the bottom. Which, this is another cool thing about this instrument, is it's very easy to control specific tonal parts of the sound via the expression pedal. So the expression pedal isn't controlling volume in any of my patches. It controls the tone of the instrument, and a lower tone will just in turn create a lower volume. It's similar to how Hammond organs work and other organ instruments, is that the pedal isn't controlling the volume, it's controlling a tone. It's like a sort of like a tone and volume knob on the guitar at the same time. What else we got on here? We got the cold breath one. I like this one. That one needs less modulation. So yeah, that's nice. I like that one. I use that one quite a bit. This was the first one I made where I was like having that idea of using the sample and hold. This is Warped Tapes, this one. And so that one's controlling the pitch and the amplitude is what they call it on here, which is like controlling the different voices in the system to like come in and out on that sample and hold LFO. But yeah, the DX7 is, I really like, there are two things I really like when working in any synth system, is I like to see, number one, how much can the noise generators in the synthesizer affect other parts of the synthesizer. And then the second thing I really like is FM via other, oscillators, modulating other oscillators. And I do that all the time with my modular system. Just touches of it get this like grit and grime in there. When I was younger, I started on guitar, and soon after I started playing keyboards, and I think my time with guitar has always made me want to play more grungy sounding keyboards, or keyboard sounds. Which is nice. Sounds way better than a piano. I don't use this one very often. I use this one because I wanted to figure out how to make that it's a pretty cheesy 80s kind of sound that comes up every now and again from the DX7. That really low bass sound. That's fun. That one's fun. And then, now, important to talk about with this synthesizer is it is a synthesizer with a keyboard, and it's not just this thing that's stuck on there so you can control, the minimum amount. There are so many parts of this instrument that are designed around the fact that it is a keyboard instrument. And the main thing is this keyboard level scaling. So as I go higher in the hand, those voices that are creating those big bass sounds, you can hear I'm using the pedal underneath to control the tone of that. That voice starts to disappear as we go higher into the keyboard, and then we have this like pad sort of sound up the top. But I don't really like this patch very much. I don't use it anymore. It's a bit, I don't know, in my eyes, a bit cheesy. This is the only patch I think I use that was found was on here from the cartridge that I have, Male Voices. I think I changed a couple of things on it. That's really nice. I like that one. Then Initialize. That one with reverb and delay, ooh, that's really good. That's really good. So yeah, I've got a couple here, but I think what we're going to do is get rid of one of the other ones and just make a patch. I don't really know what I'm going to make though, which is fine. I think that a lot of people have it in their head that when patching this thing, you got to have like some sort of like plan or goal with it. And obviously that does help. And I really like that about the DX7, or any of the FM synths made by Yamaha. But I think for this one, I'm just going to just delete something and just see what I come up with as I go. I'm going to get rid of this. This was only used because I needed it. It was more like a problem solver thing for a recording I was doing. It's just like a cheesy Yamaha or FM bass kind of thing. And I don't like it. It sounds terrible. Okay, function. Yes, it's already set up, so let's initialize that. Cool. Okay, now this is the initialized sound. We get one operator. And that's a sine wave there. I'm not going to go into, this is not a tutorial on how to make or how the system works. This is just me making one and showing how it works. Does that make sense? I'm not teaching how an FM synthesizer works. So, yeah. I'm just going to go through some things. The thing I always make is pads. It does do good jobs on pads. It doesn't good jobs on everything. Maybe I shouldn't do a pad thing. Let's pick an algorithm first. That's always the first thing you should do. Let's pick something fun. I was thinking of something last night, where it would be cool to have one voice. Right now I'm scanning these. I'm looking up here, and trying to figure out which one I want. I want something that has a voice that has the feedback operator going into it, with then two other ones going into it. So there'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So probably be one of the 2 voice ones over here. I don't think that there is something like that. Maybe I'm being too picky. No. Oh yeah, here we go. 8. See? Let's go. Oh, silly me. Edit. Let me go back here. Where did I go? There. Yep. Yes. It's been a while since I've made a Watsy as well. There we go. 8. Okay. Let's go here. So let's see. Number 8 is, we don't really care about operator 1. We're going to turn off operator 1 for the time being. And we're going to go to operator 3 and turn that one on instead. Oh, look at that. Sounds the exact same. Okay. Let me do some things here. So yeah, I've been doing the YouTube stuff now for a while, like less than a year. And it's been, I've been enjoying it immensely. I've realized that this is the thing I prefer to do with music. I always knew that I enjoy composing, and this is just a quick and fast way of doing some composition stuff, and just it's a platform for me to put stuff out, which is really fun, and it's a good way to like force me to do it, force me to sit down and go, okay, I have to make something today, which has been good. I'm going to turn these 2 off right now. 4. No, we don't care about number 4. We care about number 5. So I've just roughly put in some things, but we're gonna goof some stuff up. One of the things I like doing. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go to the fine frequency. That's fun. Let's go to the coarse one of number 6. I'll explain this once I've finished making a noise with it. Okay, so I've got operator 3 and I've got number 4. 4's the effect, like the feedback one. And then I've got number 5 and 6. 6 goes into 5, 5 goes into 3. So that's algorithm number 8. Something I like to do, and I always forget which order it's meant to be in, is that you make one of them, 5 or 6, fixed frequency, and then you make the other one 6 your normal frequency, your frequency that follows the keyboard. And you get these really great sounds. Right now it sounds very like it's a ring mod sound, so I don't think I've done it correctly, but I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah, that sounds terrible. Okay, back. One problem that I have, this is getting old. The guy that I bought this from is an electrical engineer, and his whole business is about refurbishing keyboards and synthesizers and other music equipment. And I got this one for cheap because it was in pretty bad nick. And one thing that I have a problem with is there's a part inside that always goofs up, so I have to open it up and jiggle it around and make it better again, which I need to get around to fixing that. Okay, I'm going to try and fix this sound now. Let's see what I've got here. Now, gross, disgusting, not cool. Let's change them around. Yep, so we got that guy going back to there. We'll do this and that there and then that. So now we got both of them doing the same thing. What happens if we switch the 6th operator to being the fixed one? See, now that's the problem we get then, is we get this like consistent tone. No, that's gross. That's not the correct one. So the correct way was before. I just got to fiddle around with the settings. So, and that's a lot of what this keyboard is, or this synthesizer is. It is fiddling around. Like, don't don't get the idea that it is fast, or like, oh, I'm trying to show or prove that it is actually a fast thing to do. It's not. It takes time to figure out what sound you're wanting out of it, but I really enjoy it. I think it's a great system for just experimenting with how it works. I'm going to turn this down again. Now, if I change the operator here, oh, no, wrong one. Let's do that. Let's. And now we'll go through and change the levels of each one of them. What happens if we could use that? Honestly, this is just, like, again, it's just mucking around. It's not, there's no thought really going into this. Usually it's within that 100 to 99 range. And then now if I again and change the level of number 4. Now, that's all I'm going to use for now. Let's see what I can make with that. First thing I'm going to do is go into the operator 3 and change its envelope. Envelopes in this system are super important. Let's see, what do I want here? Each operator has its own envelope, and yeah, changing them drastically changes the whole sound. Now I'm going to share that same thing over all 4 of them for the time being. Already sounds nicer than what we had before. The other thing I need to do is go into... Now, I don't like the envelope system that's in the DX7 is pretty annoying. It's something that you have to learn. But I prefer the way that it's done in the SY99 and the V2. It's more intuitive and makes more sense with how we, as synthesizer players, usually approach envelope generators in our modular or analog stuff. Now, I've sort of decided that I'm going to do a keyboard, like a keyboardy, piano-y kind of sound. Okay, so that sounds pretty. We can work with that. Let's have the 5th one open up a bit. What happens if I go to here and open this guy up? That's better. That sounds nice. And number 3 again. Let's fix the rate of this. This needs to be longer. I keep pressing the wrong thing. It's this one that I want. I wonder if now if we go back to the that 6 operator and change it around. Let's put some velocity on some stuff. Velocity, very important, because it is a keyboard instrument. That guy there, and then these 2, like that. And then we'll go to the output of each one of them and bring it up a bit to compensate. So we still get some level change and like some dynamics. Boink. Too much of that one. That sounds pretty. What happens if we put some LFO stuff, some pitch modulation in there? How much does this go? That goes up there. Okay. So we'll put it at like, let's say 15. Let's see what 15 sounds like. Definitely slow the speed down. The default speed's too fast. That's pretty. I'm not going to do my sample and hold thing on this one, I don't think. Can we get more? That's nice. Why not? Why not? I'm still not pleased with... Maybe if I... Yeah, that's how you get a square wave. I don't want that. So we do this. That's nice. Let's get that. Let's get some of my expression pedal. Get in here working on some stuff. Does this go to 7? No, it goes to 3. Okay. And then, to compensate again, we'll pump a couple more of these numbers. So yeah. See if I can play something good. I don't like the rate of the first one. Let's pop that up a bit more. Let's play something a bit more moody. It doesn't have enough grit for me. I need more grit in that sound. What happens if we do that idea? There's you get the main operator and you bump it down an octave, and then your other operator you bump it up an octave. No. Ew. Disgusting. Gross. That's pretty. Maybe. I'm not in the mood for pretty though. Now, playing it in the genre that I want to use it for would probably be a smart idea. I shouldn't be playing sort of jazz-ish things over this, because I'm not going to play it in a jazz setting. That's something that I've done over the last year, is said yes to less and less gigs, which has been good. And really, I don't know if there's other musicians who need to hear this, but I'm so glad I don't gig anymore. Don't do, the hired gun kind of work, which is what I have done for so many years. I'm very over it. The idea of playing covers is not enjoyable. I just don't understand why anybody would do it. I guess to get paid, right? And maybe, look, obviously there's people who genuinely enjoy it. It's just not for me. I find it very, very uninteresting. And not what I got into music for, When I started playing music, I was in high school, and I, Who's doing that? Who's doing this? Oh, it's that. Yeah, so I started in high school, and I never learned other people's music. I always just wrote my own stuff, and I learnt music that way. But then when I went to university for music, it was like, when I told my teacher that I wanted to be, I was more interested in composition, and he was like, oh well, the best way to learn that is to learn other people's music. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess. But yeah, not to say, not being grumpy about uni. I learnt a lot there. But now I feel like the music that I'm making here on YouTube, that's the stuff I want to make. I feel like there's all these people here on YouTube who are making music, and they're actually contributing to the progression of the art form instead of conserving, these things that everybody else is conserving. I think it's really great. It's something that we used to talk about at uni of like, is there new genres and can there be new genres? And I'm starting to think that maybe there can be again, and that the new genres that we're, this kind of, the fact that people are staying at home a lot more, don't like going out as much, that we sort of do have this isolation sort of stuff that's come, from like this sort of weird social situation that's developed over the last couple of decades, right? That people talk about. But because of that, people stay at home and they play with their synthesizers by themselves with no other musicians, and they make new and interesting music, which is cool. I don't know if I enjoy this sound really, but it's okay. I didn't have a plan for this one. And we've still got 2 more operators to use. Why don't we start putting them in? Normally I like to make like a click sort of sound with the other 2 that are in the system. Let's get the operator, the what's he from number 3 over there. They'll beef it up a bit. Okay, what's number 2 going to do though? What's number 2 going to be doing? Let's go there and then share that to number 2 as well. That sounds terrible. Let's fix that. It is a very like right now, right? These output levels for each of the different operators, man, so much variation. Like 48, 40, 49. And as well with the velocity was affecting that more than anything. And the pedal. You can get so much variation just by moving just each thing slightly. Let's change it so this doesn't have any of that. Who's got stuff on it? Does number 1 have any? No. No. Let's turn these off again for a sec. Okay, I see why. This stuff's too affecting it. There we go. But yeah, the pedal makes so much of the sound as well. That's the wrong thing I want to do. I want to do fine tune. But yeah, what do I want to do going forward on my YouTube channel? I want to keep making stuff. I've got like an idea for 2 different albums that I want to make as well. I want to do more, like, I think it's really fun to talk about music, so I want to do that more. There's a couple of different things, you know. Even put like, I've been thinking of the idea of like putting program notes with each of my performances. I think that'd be really fun, you know, and looking at intellectual stuff as something fun and entertaining, you know, not to be some sort of elitist or anything. That's not why I would want to do it, but I love talking about this stuff, you know, music and sort of the direction of music. It is quite fun, and thinking about it in different ways. I don't know. Let's say that's the sound that I make. I think that's a sound. That's pretty. What happens if we go to number 3 and get rid of that? You know how I said at the start, I'm just going to go in it blind sort of thing, and that you don't need to have an idea? The ideas do help for sure. That's okay. Like these, I think this is the thing that I like the most. If there's anything that I can show, is that these instruments are so expressive. Just by touch and using a pedal, you can get heaps out of it. Anyways, alright. I think I'm done rambling. Thanks. Leave a like and subscribe. That's what people say. See ya.